Everything goes when the homies hate your personal taste. Shakur of a tank type of take, it be hurting your rank. Heated debates about who's better between the birds or the saints. But post games in which bigs is really worse than the paint. And John, Ian, and Dan want a pod, future icons. Ian screaming go birds and Dan trying to fight John. A Rockets fan with the Saints from Philly with a python. Cross me and the boy step over him like he Tyron. Eagle season end with a bowl and nobody sober. Let the Saints be the chance and Dan on bourbon and Nola. Everything goes. Place your bets with us, take the over. Philly niggas wanna see how red that we gon' make October. At game time, it's game time. Need your picks, you can clutch it. Gave my ticket to John, brought me back with a bucket. CP3 on the assist and Kawhi be getting his touches. But I'm watching Bron cooking my ticket and I'm like, fuck it, let Ian tell it. He gon' say that Bron is the GOAT. Coming back from 3-1 and barely had him a coach. MJ don't got these records, so we laughing the most. And I watched it with my own eyes, so now I'm back in the host. I get my locks from Dan and lock it in on fantasy picks. Number one in every league, they can't stand me with this. I'm fleecing the league with every trade, I dismantle it quick. Wave a wire, watching the pod to help me handle the shit. Legendary status, keep watching, we gon' reach that. But reach too far, my rocket shooting, and I gotta teach that. Fill the gap with a hit stick. Think I don't see that Hall of Fame vision switching from B-Dog to the T-Man. On your wrist, John Dane time, and everything froze. Errol Spence washed up then, and everyone knows you can't see. I see 3 when comparing to those, cause every podcast can't handle when everything goes.
Shout out Craigville, yo.
You really, I'm not gonna lie, that drill be hitting every time, and then that last bar about that Earl Spence get me going, Craig. That was real crazy. Y'all go see my man the Big Fish and Doom. You know what? But welcome back to Anything Goes. Today I'm in the studio with my man John. Got my man E in the studio.
Yes, sir. We back in this John.
First and foremost, I just want to thank everybody that's tapped in and everybody that will tap in. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Your support is very much appreciated. Now it's time to welcome another special guest to the show, our last giveaway winner, and I'm gonna pass the floor to my what happened? I'm passing the floor to my another one. You ready? I'll pass the floor to my man E. Let him do the introduction real quick.
Yeah, well, this is another one in a couple senses. One, because we got our third and final raffle winner. So once again, we want to appreciate everybody who participated and was involved in our giveaway. And the last guest that we had on our show was my line brother. I told you that was my ace. Now we got another one. This is my Trey, and I promise y'all it wasn't rigged. But my line brother from Westchester, Zayas, Nick Page. Shout out to the guys.
You ready?
Yo, I'm happy to be here. I'm a big fan.
We appreciate you. Welcome to the show. I'm happy to have you today.
Yes, sir.
You got some good topics. I can't wait to talk about it.
We're gonna get into it.
The first topic that you wanted to talk about was some flag football today. And so your question for us, if you had to build the perfect wide receiver / DB for flag football, past or present, based on speed, hands, elusiveness, vert, body type, and awareness, what would it be?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to pass it over to go ahead. You can start.
No, yeah, I'm going to go first. All right, so I'm going to start with hands, right? Hands, I went D-Hop. All my people pretty recent, but I went D-Hop for the hands. Speed, I did Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm looking for start and stop speed.
Gotcha.
Elusiveness, I had to take it back a little bit. I was talking to Ian about this. Tavon Austin, that's who we going for elusiveness. We going for vert. Eli Stowers, he has the highest vert in the NFL. We cheating a little bit. Bill, we looking for J-Mo. He's 6'1". He can handle the start and stop. And then for our last one, awareness, we did Travis Kelce. We looking for somebody that can sit in the gap. The play start to break down, they run in the backfield, he gonna be open. So that's my list I'm going with.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Before I give my list, I like your list, and I'm actually shocked. I wasn't expecting to hear Travis Kelce today, but that was great for awareness. The way
Yes, sir.
With Patrick Mahomes, man, he know when to sit down, when to turn around. So yeah, that's a great lineup, a great rundown. So mine, I got a little bit mix of old and current, mainly old. I'm gonna start with my speed. For speed, I got Devin Hester. For hands, I got Chris Carter. For elusiveness, I got Barry Sanders. For vert, I got Jamar Chase. For body type, I got Jeff Okuda. And for awareness, I got Deion Sanders. I think this is a great build. I definitely love the body type, the long arms. I think it'll play well for wide receiver and DB. The Deion Sanders awareness. Why not have a guy that already did it on both ends of the court, of the field? And then Devin Hester's speed was out of this world, especially on the kick return, the punt return. Chris Carter, him and Larry Fitzgerald, they don't drop the ball ever. So that was a no brainer for me. And then Barry Sanders, his elusiveness, at least to me, is second to none. And then Jamar Chase, that might shock a lot of people, but the way he play football, he go up and he get the ball. He play like he's 6'5".
Yeah.
No, for sure. And Jamar didn't shock me. I highly considered putting JJ on my list. And I just wanted to go. I wanted to go with something that was a more clear, visible eye test. So I guess since we here, I'll start there. This was
Mm-hmm.
one of the Jones where I had two for, because actually Miles Garrett got a higher vert than a lot of receivers in the NFL.
I
But
Miles
heard.
Garrett is
because his
crazy.
objective is to tackle your quarterback, we don't
You
get to
better
see
not
that.
say Miles Garrett tonight.
So, so
I'm not
Miles
going for that tonight. John,
and
John, don't let him say it.
Bro,
Ja-
I heard Miles Garrett. I feel like we already wrong.
no. Again, Miles Garrett got a 42-inch
I'm gonna be
vert. So
honest, I
this was
can't hear
just to
y'all.
show Miles some love. But for real, on some eye tests, vert was Tyreek Hill for me. Tyreek low key like 5'11. But not only can he run past anybody, and he'll go up and get it as well. Tyreek is a high point kind of receiver. Um, for hands, I went Odell. I think that I mean when you like I don't gotta explain that. I'm not even getting into that. Odell, this is where my list is interesting because Dan for speed and elusiveness, we got the same two players. I could have went. No, I'm not even gonna go there. I went Devin Hester for speed for sure, like you said, specifically because of kick returns. That's the first and last person that I can remember to be 100 speed on Madden, and that's one where Madden didn't get it wrong. Elusiveness, I also went Barry partially because I knew John's pick, but I'm not gonna spoil that. But like you said, Barry's elusiveness is well, what you said, you mean, but Barry's
Mm-hmm.
elusiveness is second to none, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Player Bill, I went, which is interesting. It's another guy that was named, but a different category. I went Tavon Austin slash
Mhm.
Trav Hunter, and then for awareness, I went Ed Reed. So Ed
Ooh.
Reed for awareness because I think that is harder. Just I think it's harder to play defense and react to,
Mhm.
the offense than it is to run a route and find a gap. But the gap is what I consider in terms of offensive awareness, defense. This is a player that is on film on record outsmarting Peyton Manning, who some consider the smartest, quarterback and smartest mind, of the
Mm-hmm.
game. So that's why I went awareness for Ed Reed and then player build. The reason why I said Tavon slash Trav is because Tavon like 5'8", 5'9". So I think he low to the ground. He gonna be hard to get his flags. Again, we talking about flag football.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to like maneuver at that build, but Trav is literally like you said, Trav literally played both sides. So like
Mhm.
I think that he got the conditioning and the physical ability, put that on the 5'8" frame, and that's a dog in flag football.
Gotcha. So hold on, before you go real quick, John, Ian, you said we had the same for elusiveness and what else?
And for speed, we went Devin Hester and
Yeah.
Barry for those two.
Oh, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. But you mean go ahead, John. You got it.
So before we go real quick, because I do want to hear. I was kind of in and out. I'm sorry to everybody. Like, I'm
Mhm.
leaving it on. Nick, can
Uh-huh.
I hear your just real quick? Can I hear
Bro,
your
I
rundown?
got you. I got
Bro?
you. Don't worry. All right, for hands, I went D Hop, right?
Okay.
I will be honest, I was influenced by TikTok. Like I was making my list, went to TikTok, D Hop hit TikTok, boom, he on the
Okay.
list. All right, speed, forgive, start and stop speed. We need that. Elusiveness, Tavon Austin.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta watch the mixtape. Jump, Eli Stowers, highest vert in the NFL. Player build, JMO, and then awareness, Travis Kelsey. He gonna find the gap when the play break down. That's my list.
Got you. So what you think, John?
Yeah, I need the thoughts.
I do like. I think I'm on. I do like the. I do like the list. I love. Let's go. I'm gonna
Okay.
start with. Okay, y'all hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we got you. Well, shit, I
Well,
thought
too
we said.
soon.
You hear me? My apologies. Hold on, John. You back?
Can y'all hear me or it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit. All
Yo,
right, y'all. We out the mud.
StreamYard gonna have to see me. It's too much going on. Go ahead, John. It's okay, John. You back?
Is that? Oh my god, bro!
Oh, this is crazy.
I think I'm cooked.
He be back to answer the question. He gone.
Yeah,
Every time. All right.
yeah,
Have to
he
make
might
a
not
comment
be
and disappear.
here. As I don't think,
But
honestly.
bear with us, y'all. Y'all see we having some technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
My man John had a
Bro,
fire
every
list for
time somebody
y'all, but
leave, I can't hear.
if
John,
y'all can't hear me either,
John, you back with us?
Y'all can hear me?
Yes, man.
Man,
This is a crazy
shit,
night.
crazy,
it's
bro.
cool, bro. It happens.
I don't
Hmm.
even know what the.
Well, I know me and you on the same page. Nick, you
Yo,
got us? You
yo,
hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, John. So, okay.
yo.
Bro, one thing I wanted to say, Ian, I
Uh huh.
almost put it was funny you was talking about getting players that were short. I promise you almost went Darren Sproles for the body type.
Hmm.
Bro. And like I thought about a couple guys that was like, and I was about to go Hines Ward, but I feel like Hines Ward like a linebacker. He just played receiver. Like, no,
Hmm.
you too stocky, you not fast. And like, no, bro, I'm cool of Hines. He built like a lineman.
Hmm.
And I thought one of y'all for sure was gonna go Reggie Bush on the speed. Like Dan could have went Reek. Reek used to be his man. Then he switched up on him. Like we wasn't supposed to have the same bull for speed. I thought I was doing, and
He
I ain't want
almost
to
Cause,
Jack,
cause,
but
cause Tyreek Hill don't know how to act. You mean we ain't even going to jump in the ring. Right? We gonna move on to part two. A Nick topic for today: mobile quarterbacks. Do you think teams take advantage of mobile quarterbacks and not build around them adequately? And I'll let you start.
I'm gonna say no, bro. I think that when you look at the teams right now that mobile quarterbacks play for, the Ravens, the Bills, the Commanders, like us. I think all those teams, um, even like the Cardinals, Kyler is mobile. Those teams are drafting receivers high.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are drafting now. Now, do the receivers always pan out? No. Like Marvin Harrison, we thought he was gonna be his dad season one, and it's clear that it's not that. And not that
Uh,
he can't play,
yeah,
but
we the jury not out on Marvin Harrison yet. We
yeah,
gotta give
it's not. Yeah,
yeah.
it's like
had a good
we not
year.
sure yet, but he was drafted high and expected to produce high as soon as he came in, and that wasn't the case.
The case.
You can't
Mm-hmm.
blame the Cardinals for that. Keon Coleman, I believe, was a second round draft pick. He
Hmm.
just so happened to not be that, and that's after they also acquired Stephon Diggs, not through draft but by a trade. You mean
Mm-hmm.
that was early on in Josh's career, so even with the Ravens, like Zay Flowers, he's solid. Do I think that he's a great receiver? No. I think that's probably the situation that you can highlight the most in
Mm-hmm.
terms of a quarterback not having great weapons, but there is a Mark Andrews, not that he is what he used to be anymore, but
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't the concern until the last few years. And I think that in addition to okay, cool, wide receiver is an issue in Baltimore, but they have a Derrick Henry now. So, I think that in general right now, I think there's an immense pressure put on quarterbacks, and I think that a lot of times the necessities get left behind until it's the point of no return. So
Hmm.
you look at how many quarterbacks in the league right now they have weapons around them or they have a good running back next to them, but their line sucks, and it's like we keep asking. Trevor Lawrence just got a offensive line that was sustainable, and he looked like he went into the playoffs looking like a capable quarterback.
You
You
know?
got Jay Herbo taking sack, and granted, Jay Herbo is Jay Herbo. I mean, like he was just Justin again, but he's taking sacks left and right. You got Joe Burrow unprotected his whole career, and granted, he is also injury prone. But I think that when you look across the league, drafting protection for the quarterback is scarce right now. And part of it is because they pay the quarterbacks 40, $50 million. But that go back to our argument before about how important quarterbacks are. I don't think that the mobile quarterbacks are picked on. I think overall quarterbacks are expected to carry the load of the offense because their salary says so.
Okay.
Gotcha. So I agree with everything you just said, Ian, and I want to pick off where you left off, starting with the Ravens. That was the first person I thought about was Lamar Jackson, because people love to scream out that he don't have any help, but you really got to look at his time in Baltimore. Okay, once he get there, he got Mark Andrews. For the longest of times, people looked at Mark Andrews as a top 5 tight end in the
Like
not just that, they went and signed Mark Ingram. A lot of people forget about that. Him and Lamar was the first two teammates, and I forgot how many years to go get 1,000 rushing yards apiece. And Mark Henry was sitting up there. I mean, Mark Ingram was sitting up there saying Lamar MVP, Lamar MVP, Lamar MVP. Okay, he had a sturdy, capable running back. After that, like you said, they go and they draft Zay Flowers in the first round. It just so happens he doesn't pan out. Okay, cool. What do? They go sign a Derrick Henry. They go bring in, although he was old, they did bring in a D Hop. They also drafted Isaiah Likely, that just got a big deal with the Giants. He was a solid tight end that could step in
Mhm.
for Mark Ingram, and they can both play on the field together. So Lamar had some weapons, and then not just that, his defense was always loaded. So I'm not, yeah, I don't know. Lamar, he's just not getting it done. And then you already mentioned the Buffalo situation. Like you said, they traded for Stephon Diggs. They drafted James Cook. They drafted offensive line help for Josh Allen. They drafted a tight end in the first round. Was it Dalton Kincaid? And
like
then
back to back years.
exactly back to back years, they traded for Amari Cooper. They didn't know that he was going to retire. All right, fine, but okay, they just traded for DJ Moore, so they trying to bring
Mhm.
Josh help that he needs. And then on top of that, he's also another one that defense is always stacked. But with him, his defense always gets hurt. That's not his fault. That's not the team fault. But he does have a good defense.
Mhm. I feel like going into this, coming up with the question, I'm like, okay, I'm seeing the thought process, but then going doing my research and y'all conversations or y'all points just solidified it over the top. This was a reaction question type of thing. And
Mm,
these guys clearly like they're just not getting it done. Cause
no,
clearly when you think even you go down to Kyler, like then they just got what's the name, McBride the tight end. Like you is
mm,
right, they are trying Keon. I see it, absolutely. But then
And
I
then
also
you got Debo, like they
this is
trying.
but I also feel like these are and I do feel like good wide receivers in the league right now might be
mm-hmm,
scarce in a sense, slash they staying with their teams because their teams paying them. But it's also felt like D Hop, I feel like, is an excuse of okay, we trying to get you number one. I feel like what's the when the what are they, the commanders now they got Debo, like, come on, bro, he was fast. So I feel like also in a sense, like they trying, but they
but they
not trying
not giving them the best
they
option.
yeah, that's what but I also I see the draft picks, I see the understanding of that. So I feel like they and I also think about we was talking about Jackson Dart earlier, a little bit mobile quarterback. Like they got granted Malik was there before he got there, but they did go get Isaiah Likely as well. So I feel like the people are trying for their quarterbacks. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm flipping sides too. I feel like the teams are doing the best they can. The quarterback's just not getting it done.
Yes. And to point out one thing that Ian said, it really comes down to the contract. Once you get a quarterback that's off of his rookie contract, like a Josh Allen and a Lamar
Hmm.
Jackson, it's hard for you to go pay a top flight wide receiver unless you want to be like the
Yeah.
Bengals and not have a defense, not have an offensive line, not have a running back. Like literally got a quarterback and 2 wide receivers. Unless you want
Real
to be
rap.
like,
Barely a coach.
you
Like
can't do
He making it happen now.
make it what happened? One bowl appearance?
that. Yes.
Bro, he might go get you 9, 10 wins.
He might not even get you 9, 10 games because they don't got
Bro,
a
man,
line,
like
like
I was
my
just about
man
to say
said.
that. He might not have 10 starts on the year.
I get it. I get it. I'm not.
No, but I think it still was a good question though, because I think that it make you like focus in on like what's really happening, because I think the scenarios is different. Do I think that the Ravens
Hmm.
weapons are great right now? No. Do I
No,
think that that is an argument to be made when you talk about who Lamar has to throw to? Yes, but do I think that that is a lack of the Ravens trying? No.
no.
I think that's just Zay Flowers is a okay. He's really a wide receiver too. They need to find a one. They haven't done it yet. You mean? And so when there's considerations like that, when we look at like series where, or not series, but playoff games like last
Hmm.
year, where we look at Josh Allen moving the ball down the field towards the end of the game, can Khalil Shakir catch the ball? Yes. Is he a true number one? Absolutely not.
No.
Like you said. So it's like, you mean they they're trying, like you said, and they
Hmm.
the organizations can only do what they can do at given time. This is
Mhm.
what, year 3 or year 4 for JD coming up. They
Year
can't.
three.
You're not
Year
gonna
three.
find Megatron in 5 years. I mean, like he just got there
Yeah.
to a Scary Terry. They said, "All right, we're gonna give you another valid number two." If Scary Terry and Debo was what you got in your rookie contract, make that work. Because
Yes.
Hmm.
you are, anything that you're doing right now in that on that team and for that organization, you're overachieving. You mean? So I think that we got to give the organizations some
Some
grace with that.
credit. Hmm.
But
Okay.
you mean, like, I do think that it was a good thinking point. It made us really consider who's at fault for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I like the question. I do think it's good to hear, both perspectives. I do think that the teams, they're not giving them necessarily the best available options, but they're giving
Yeah.
them the best that they can. So they are
Hmm.
the effort to build a squad around these guys.
I ain't mad at that. But also, even with the Ravens, I think if you're not throwing the ball, you did go get Henry. So it's like that's 3/4 of the game right there that you should be dominating with Lamar and him. So it's like I get it.
Yeah, and then last year Derrick Henry turned into Ahmad Bradshaw, and he can't hold on to the ball. Every time he run the ball, he fumbling. Like, you can't teach that.
No, but that Joe will be like a 60-yard bomb. Then the next play, fumbled by Derrick Henry.
With 2 minutes left in the
Yeah,
game.
crazy. And then
Dude,
Derrick Henry will sound like this. What?
bullshit with the Eli Manning face.
I fumbled. Yes.
No, but we appreciate you for being on, LB Ski.
Thank you for
Um,
having me.
yeah, man. Hope you had a good time. Hope you participate in more giveaways in the future. I hope you
Hmm.
continue to tap in, and whoever ain't subscribed, subscribe, tap in, man.
Definitely.
Happening.
And I also wanted to mention just real quick before you got off here. I know things ain't pan out the way it's supposed to today, technical difficulties. So we would definitely love to have you back on at any point in time in the future if you did want to come back on.
Oh, y'all let me know. I'm not really a big basketball guy, but once football rolls back
Oh, sir,
around,
definitely.
I'm gonna
We'll,
talk
we'll,
about the
we'll hit
Saints.
you,
So,
bro. We appreciate you.
all right, y'all be safe. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Hmm.
Rah! No.
So yeah, we gonna move on to our next topic of today. We got some catcher pass for y'all. Y'all know it's not EG without catcher pass. You mean the first
God damn.
statement? Uh-huh. The first statement for catcher pass this week. LeBron James can lead the Lakers to a first round victory without AR and Luca. And we got the right two on here. I'm gonna start with you, Ian. How do you
You
mean?
gonna pass it to me?
Uh-huh.
Uh, I don't think they got enough firepower after Bron.
Mm-hmm.
It's not 2018. It's not 2013. I think he can still go get stats that look impressive. Um, but I don't think that regardless of who they see, and right now it look like it's gonna be y'all, even with the way that y'all have been folding and throwing games away. I think y'all
You
got
talking about 2 weeks
guys.
ago? That's old news.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the last last two games, y'all looked impressive. Men was out there getting to it. Jabari was getting to it, but and that put y'all in that fifth seed, because I was really dangling around
Mhm.
six. You know what I mean? But I don't think that the momentum going into the playoffs will favor a team where the fall off after, first of all, the top of the tree right now was a 41-year-old. And then the fall off after that, I don't know who you look to score after Luke Kennard, like Rui. Like Rui
Oh,
had
your man Rui gonna get buckets.
nah, bro. It's not nah. I don't want to see nobody go get swept. Brian got to go get 1 or 2 games, but
Mhm.
I don't see them making it out the first round without those two guys. So
So yeah, I'm gonna pass on this as well. E, we on the same page. I don't see them beating us without Luca or AR. And to be honest, we're gonna talk about it once we get deeper into the show. Even if they had both of them, I still wouldn't pick them over my Rockets, anyways. So I do think it's gonna be a quick series. Hopefully, it's over in 5. Like you said, I don't want to see Brian get swept, but I don't care if we sweep him. It is what it is. 4 or 5, gentlemen sweep. Brown, I'm sorry, you don't got too many years left in the postseason. I did want to see some great postseason Lebron, but he need Luca and AR there for that. He can't do it by himself no more.
for sure,
Yeah. So moving on to the next question for catcher pass. Jalen Hurts will be an Eagle 2 years from now.
I'm catching, bro.
Ooh.
Um, I know a lot of people saw the reports that the locker room and the higher ups for real, not even the locker room, but the higher ups
Mhm.
inside you know Philly is putting pressure on Jalen to up his play going into the last year of his guaranteed money. I think that is a motivational tactic. I think that is a quiet the noise thing. I think that's a sense of accountability. Do I think that that's a conversation that needed to be had? Absolutely. But do I think that Jalen can and will step up to the plate? Yeah. I'm not saying he gonna be an elite quarterback. I'm not saying he about to go for 4,550 touchdowns. But I think that Jalen is a baller. We talked about this already. I don't think he's the most accurate, but I think that is things that he can work on that is in his control. That if he makes himself coachable and he do what he's supposed to do with this new OC, then we'll be talking about Jalen Hurts in Philly for the next 6, 7 years.
Got you. So you mean for the young boys out there. So when we first had this topic, I was actually going to pass on it, but the closer we got to it, the more and more I thought about it. I'm going to catch this as well. I do think he's there for the Eagles for the long term. The only way he's not going to be an Eagle is if he says himself he don't want to be there no more, or if he choke out the coach or something crazy.
Right.
That's literally the only way the Eagles gonna let him go. Like you just said, I think they're doing this to hold him accountable. Like we want to see you play better. We need to see you play better. You cannot go out there for 3, 4, 5 straight weeks and throw for under 200 yards. I don't care if we win in a game. That's not acceptable.
Right.
Especially if you about to be on this big contract. Now, granted, you are a Super Bowl champion and you played your ass off in both Super Bowls that you appeared in, but we need you week to week, my guy.
Yeah. What have you done for me lately?
Exactly. You haven't been showing up week to week. So I do think this is just a tactic to like let him know like we're still with you, but we need to see more this season. Like you cannot do what you did last year.
Yeah, I agree. But what I will say though, I think that if things don't go the way we expect them to go next year,
Mm-hmm.
if Jalen isn't like a standout issue on the team, I
Mm-hmm.
think 1010% Nick is out of here before Jalen. Like I think if it's Nick or Jalen,
They'll
9.5
go for
times out
that.
of 10, Nick is out of here.
I agree. Yeah. So moving on, we got some breaking news. You mean hold on? Let me pull it up. We ain't had no breaking news in a little minute. Got pull a joint up. Da, 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 da,
You,
da.
you might copyright us.
We got some breaking news related to sports, but based in the hip hop world. Offset harmed after allegedly owing a gambling debt, which in response sparked a few people to speak out across social media platforms, saying that he also owed them. One being Des Bryant, in which he explained the situation in which he was outnumbered and felt Offset associates was ready to attack him at any moment if he kept insisting that he be paid his money back, so he let it go. What are your thoughts on this, E?
I think it's a lot of different angles you could look at the situation from. I
Mm-hmm.
think the first thing that I looked at was just like why? You feel me? Like because once this story came out, you hear left and right, offset and debt here, offset, oh, this person money here,
He's
offset. So it's like, first of all, how has he not already built a reputation for himself? Why y'all keep giving him money?
money.
You know, why y'all keep betting with him? And this is his track record. But then from there, like I'm not even gonna get really into it. My base opinion on that is just isn't that deep, bro. Like I know it really get like that. Like we bet and we enjoy it, but like no, like that's a black man that already got millions on millions. He got kids. He got something to live for, and you out here like playing with your life and playing with people money. That's no good. And I think that when Dad spoke up, it was kind of a breath of fresh air. You mean because we see so often in black communities, especially amongst black men, the quickness to retaliate and to act off emotion in the moment, especially when
Mm-hmm.
it's a pride thing. When I
It's
feel
really
like
about pride
somebody
and
made me
respect.
look like less than the man that I believe myself to be, it's like I gotta prove my worth to you or to who anybody whoever witnessed our encounter in this space. I gotta prove that I'm mano y mano type guy, and I feel like that's taking a route that I just spoke about. Like I got a family, I got something to live for, and it's like I think he said he owed him like 8,000. 8,000 is 8,000, but
Mm-hmm.
8,000 to us over here, everything goes versus 8,000 to Des Bryant
That's is different.
is
Yeah.
very different, and he made a life decision. You mean like with all of the news going around with like the Pooh Shiesties and it, like we not getting into all of that, but you see how quickly stuff can go left. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that you gotta be Turkey or you gotta let somebody take something from you, but I'm saying that we as black men gotta be able to weather the storm and feel how we feel or experience some things and still walk home and figure out how to deal with it. You mean or get to the crib and figure out how to deal with it.
Right.
Furthermore, to that point, somebody tried to get with that. It's like you basically came on the internet to tell us
Heard that you was a
he
turkey or
cussed you
something.
out of
Yeah.
APK
He
and he
went
like
right at
he
him.
was yeah, like and he went right at him like, yeah, bro, this ain't that. And if circumstances was different, you mean how I would have carried it, but essentially like what Gucci said, like I'm outgunned, like, but that
Exactly.
doesn't get no law involved. That's just sat back and watched. You mean Offset get what came to him. So
Exactly. And
that's
said it's
honorable.
what it is. Yeah.
You mean and on that Offset tip, I hope that he learned from this. You mean and he able to pay his debts off, and he could keep betting, but he can't keep taking out credits and charging. You mean he drawing like
So yeah, I agree with everything you said. The first point I do want to make is where you left off at. I do hope that Offset is able to get himself together, like you said, pay off these debts, and if he is going to gamble, gamble responsibly. Because I'm not going to tell nobody not to gamble. You know, you do what you want to do with your money, but at the end of the day, you got enough money, you got a family, you got people that care about you, you got people you have to go home to. So be responsible with what you're doing. And so the next point I do want to make is I love exactly what Dad said. The fact that he wasn't scared to speak out and say what he said publicly, and you already knew you was gonna have clowns like the clown that responded to him, talking about, oh, so you came on the internet to tell everybody that you was a turkey. No, young boy, you the turkey because you think everything correct because you think everything got to get like that. But whole time, I bet you the person that said that wouldn't even throw hands in the middle of the street because you know everybody want to pull out a gun nowadays, and dads already know that and got that mindset that I'm already outnumbered, and two, even if we do start fighting in here, 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna stay a fight.
right.
So yeah, so it is what it is. He made the smart move. He made a business decision, and like he pointed out to that retard, the money that he didn't get that day, he can go get on a different day and call it a day.
That
So honestly, it is what it is. I do think that gambling do need to like I don't know. I do think it's affecting our community more than any other community, especially the sports betting, the more access to it in the last couple of years with
Yeah, bro.
DraftKings and FanDuel. It's like if your man's not doing it, then your man's is doing it. Like if it's a room of 10 of us, it's at least 6 or 7 of us in there that's doing that. And
Bro, I was at my girl crib singing a song, not even paying attention. And then I looked up and it was a FanDuel commercial. I'm like, bro, get out of here. Like, I'm cool off FanDuel. You mean like it's really everywhere. Like it don't
everywhere,
matter what you doing, it's everywhere. And I get it, they gotta get theirs, but it can also be, like you said, detrimental to us if we're not conscious about the effects that it got on us.
hmm So yeah, definitely sticking with some news. We got to move on to the boxing world. We got some before the bell for y'all today. Who is heating up in boxing? I can't wait
Indeed.
to talk about it. We got some before the bell. And the first announcement for before the bell today, we got Oshaki Foster versus Raymond Ford scheduled for May 30th. E, how you feel about this one? This is gonna be a big showdown in the 130 division. We got a belt on the line. Who you got in this one, or just what's your thoughts on it?
I'm excited for the fight for sure. Foster, I've only seen fight one time, but
Mm-hmm.
it was a very convincing fight. So I'll let him stand on that mountain. But he fought the boy from Philly, and when the fight was over, he went and popped it, and he said, basically, I told y'all this what I was gonna do, and y'all
Mm-hmm.
know who I want next.
Mm-hmm.
And who he wanted next said, "Go fight my man first." Basically,
Mm-hmm.
dude, go handle what else you gotta handle, and then come see me about it. So I think that the fight between Foster and Ray Ford is going to be a good fight for sure. I think that I said Ray fight. Ray Ford got an offensive boxing realm that is also entertaining to watch. So I think that those fighting styles will be a good matchup for TV
Mm-hmm.
for sure. I think that it'll be a good mix of skill and power. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that the casuals will be able to be entertained, but also people that's watching for technical boxing will be able to enjoy this. And I would like to see Ford win the fight, but at the same time, Foster was popping at the Shakur, and I feel like I'm Team Shakur now, so anybody who on that, I want them to go get that. And see that they not Shakur. So we'll see
You
what
mean,
happens in the fight.
yeah, I love the way you broke down this fight. This it's gonna be everything that you just said, and I don't want to get no flack from my Philly people for saying it, but sometimes it gotta be said. This fight is gonna be what we thought Oshaki Foster and Cool Boy Steph was gonna be. Steph, you still a great fighter. I do want to see you back in the ring another day. We always rocking with you. You know you always got Philly behind you. But back to my original point. This is gonna be a banger. This is going to be two dogs in the ring. Nobody is going to back down. They're going to be in each other's grill. Well, at least Ray is going to try to be in Oshaki's grill. Oshaki, I think, is going to fight Ray on the inside and on the outside, but I think he's going to mainly try to use his reach. Obviously, I don't know these guys' game plan, so you just got to tap in to see. May 30th, it's going to be a great one. So moving along to the next thing we got for before the bell, the up and coming star Keyshawn Davis is making his highly anticipated back in the ring showdown with Wu Albright from Philly on May 16th. The last time we saw Keyshawn was at the end of January when he stopped Jermaine Ortiz in the 12th round with a body shot. What you think about this, E? Now,
I'm
hold up before.
excited. What you
Go
say?
ahead. No, no, go ahead. I want to point out one more thing, but I'll let you get your take and then I'll talk.
I was just about to say this another fight that I'm excited for. I also watched that fight in January, and he put him down in the 12th round, but he was cooking him the whole fight. like like the whole fight. It was bad. I'm like, damn, like how is this the co-main event, bro? This looked like not fair. Um, and that was my first Keyshawn Davis like fight from beginning to end as well. So I seen more highlights of his for sure because you told me to look him up and tap in before. But that was my first fight beginning to end, and that was also an impressive fight. I think that I'm happy that Philly is getting love, and I also watched the Albright fight against Frank Martin, but
Uh-huh.
that fight became sloppy at a point. it became a very like it was clear that they both was tired, and it was like who gonna survive, and it showed in the results of the fight. I think that Wu gonna have to get his life together. He can't come forth with a Frank Martin fight and win this fight. I think he got a game plan for Keyshawn Davis and be prepared for that. And if not, then I think after round 5 or 6, if he make it that far, it'll start to get dark for him. But if he can change his game plan and he can endure 8 to 9 rounds before he start to look like what he looked like after round 5 or 6 last fight, then I would think it'll be a different fight. But for now, I'm going Keyshawn Davis in this fight too.
Got you. So I'm not mad at your assessment. I'm not mad at your breakdown at all. That is the one thing I did want to point out, that Wu and Keyshawn, they did share the ring already together a few years ago. And although Keyshawn, it was ruled a no contest, but Keyshawn did win unanimous decision. It was one of Keyshawn's tougher fights. He didn't just blaze through Wu. He didn't stop him either. And I don't see him stopping Wu this time around. Also, I do think Wu is very familiar with Keyshawn Davis. Not saying that it'll be another tough fight for Keyshawn, or not even tough, just a little bit competitive, making Keyshawn think Keyshawn just not in there having his way. I do think that Wu is going to put up a fight and that he will make it to see the final bell, but I am going to have to go against Philly on this one. I don't see him pulling off the win, only because, like you said, his gas tank, although he did catch his second win in the Frank Martin fight and almost stopped him. But if he never got tired to begin with and wasn't fighting in spurts, he would have stopped him.
Right.
So yeah. Moving on to the last topic for before the bell, the big news that everybody talking about, the whole boxing world on fire. We get another great one. We got Xander Zayas versus Jerron Boots Ennis, another Philly fighter, on June 27th. E, how you feel about this one?
I'm indifferent about this jump, bro. Cause like they two skilled fighters, two big names in a division.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't forget the whole face off for the
With
last
Virgil.
however many months they've been going back and forth, bro. Sign the contract. I got blah blah, and Oscar was in the ring popping it. How we go from Oscar popping it, like we could do whatever he wants to do. Virgil said, "I want him," and then we having talks about it's going to happen. And you told me soon as that happened, bro, I believe it when the contract is signed. Like
Bro,
I'm
because
not buying none of that.
I
And
know how
now
boxing game go.
yeah, bro, like Natty in court. Like, come on,
Mhm.
bro. Your fighter want to fight. And so, like, this is to take nothing away from the fight that's happening now, but it's still a curveball for me. You mean like I felt like the fight that was about to happen was more personal. Like this is still mano y mano top dog type time, but it's
But
like,
like they don't have the same history.
yeah, bro, it was more animosity, more history, more words. It was just more storyline in the last fight. So am I excited for this fight? Because I like Boots, and I think the other boys a good match. Yeah, but I would have rather see Virgil here, and I'm interested to see what's next for Virgil.
Mhm.
How does he bounce back from this, and how quickly does he get back to the Boots type of main event opportunity after this happens?
Got you. So for me, honestly, I didn't know how much I would like this fight and love this fight until it was made. So our guy Chris, me and Chris, we was actually talking about this about a year and a half ago. It was mentioned that Boots' team might try to shoot for Zayas, and at the time I was like, I don't want to see that. But now here we are, 2 years, a year and a half later. I'm so excited for this fight. Like it couldn't have been the perfect time with Zayas now being a unified champion after beating Abbas in Puerto Rico on January 30th. Oh no, it was the 31st, the same night as Shakur fight. And so yeah, he now got more experience. He might not have too many fights. He's only 23 years old. He's still young in terms of boxing, but he does have some type of championship experience, some type of championship pedigree, as well as Boots. When you look at Boots and you look at his resume, the big knock on Boots is he hasn't fought a whole bunch of guys. So yes, he has a whole bunch of more fights than Zayas, but at the same time, the competition level is around the same. So both guys are taking a step up when they get in the ring and meet each other. And I think this is a great style matchup because both guys are skillful. I do think Boots is slightly more athletic and quicker, but I think Xander could match him in the IQ department and possibly in the strength department. That might sound crazy because we see the destructive knockouts that Boots does have, but at the same time, Xander is the naturally bigger guy. He looks bigger. 9 times out of 10 he punches hard. So it's not like Boots just gonna be in there walking him down. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be a competitive fight. A lot of people got Boots just mopping the floor with Zayas, and if you think that, you just either a diehard Boots fan or you're not tapped in the boxing like you should. Yes, I am a Philly guy. Yes, I am rocking with Boots, but I do understand the task at hand.
So let me ask you this question, and it's kind of a two-part question. But
Mhm.
what do you feel like is next for Boots if he win this fight, and what do you feel like is next for Zayas if he win this fight?
So next for Zayas, if he win this fight, if Zayas win this fight, his next route is either to try to get Virgil or try to get Fundora. If he cannot fight Virgil or Fundora, there's no need to stay at 154. Go up to 160. You're 23 years old. Go start chasing greatness. Go become a two-division world champion, etc., etc. This is only your first weight class. I'm sure Zayas is going to stop maybe at 168. We might even see him at one or two fights at 75, possibly. But I'm sure we're going to see him at 168 in a few years from now. So if you're not able to get one of those two big guys, move up to 160, get it cracking at 160. For Boots, on the other hand, if once he win this fight, because I'm going to say once, because I'm on Boots' side for this one. I'm sorry, Xander. It is what it is. Once Boots win this fight, what's next for Boots is the same thing. Try to get Virgil or try to get Fundora. I would say try to get Virgil first because of the history, because of the animosity, and now that you have the two belts, Virgil been screaming out he want to fight you so bad. Now you got the two belts, and court will be over. There's no explanation why the fight is not getting made, and there's no explanation why, because Virgil cannot scream out that, oh, I want to fight in Texas. You're no longer the A side, my guy. You don't have no belts. Boots got two belts, so there's no reason why that fight shouldn't get made. Go try to make the fight with Virgil. If it's not able to get made, then go try to make the fight with Fundora. If that is not able to get made, then you fight the top contenders at the division at 154. There's no need to move up. Don't go nowhere. You just got the 154. Get planted. Collect these belts. Try to go for undisputed at 154. Honestly, it's a bunch of good guys to fight. Go test yourself with a Madrimov. Go get a Madrimov, a tricky guy, a similar opponent to a Virgil Ortiz. If you're not able to get the Ortiz fight, go stop Madrimov, something that Ortiz couldn't do, and that'll create even more buzz for the Ortiz fight. You get what I'm
So,
saying?
so if Boots win this fight, who's the best champ in this division? And
If
you're,
he this fight, in my
yeah,
opinion, in my opinion, the I really I don't know until the fight is gonna happen.
okay.
Honestly, what I mean by that is the winner of this fight versus Fundora is the best in the division, and there's no disrespect to Virgil. Virgil might be more skilled than Fundora, but he cannot beat Sebastian Fundora with Fundora fighting this style. I do think Boots and Xander, because of their size, because of their build and the way that they fight, they have a shot at beating Fundora. But going into the fight, I would have Boots and Fundora as a pick'em fight. I would have Fundora favored against Zayas, but I would not be surprised if one of them was able to get it done. So obviously they're fighting each other. So I got to see the winner of this fight. So honestly, the best champ in the division is the winner between this fight when they fight Sebastian Fundora. Whoever wins that.
All right.
No, it's
Heard
a
you.
three-way race between them three, and that's no disrespect to Virgil. He can't beat Boots. He can't beat Fundora.
Heard you.
So yeah, I definitely enjoyed before the bell today. We gonna bring it back. It's a lot popping off in the boxing world, so it's always stuff to talk about. But before we get out of here, we got to talk about some more basketball. We got coming in hot with the playoffs approaching, NBA right around the corner. What teams do you think are going in hot into the postseason? Yeah, I'm gonna start with you. Who you like?
I just got one team today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm gonna go with the Hawks. And I'm gonna say first of all, shout out my man King. We was talking about this the other day. He's like the Hawks got one of the best records in the NBA since the All Star break, and nobody's talking about it. And I think they've worked their way up to the fifth seed now in the Eastern Conference. But where that lies them or where that lays them is in a first round matchup with the Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
And are you excited to play Harden on this team right now?
No.
No. But I think that right now is nobody that you're excited to play. Like the top four in the East right now is tough teams.
Yes.
I think that the worst team in that four, outside of the Pistons not having Kate, I would probably say is the Knicks because I think that on a night to night basis, you don't know who
So
you what you
inconsistent.
get from
So
any
inconsistent.
except for maybe JB, and even him in the last month or so has been, I might give you 30 and 10 today, and I might give you
Well,
17 and you mean like I think he had 30 and 13 the other night, but it was on terrible shooting splits. Um, but I think that if the Hawks can get out of the first round, I think that momentum, along with the addition of CJ McCollum, gives them that veteran like presence, that veteran shot maker late in
mm,
games that they can play their run and gun defensive kind of game and give anybody in the East except for Boston I'll run for their money. So I'll go with the Hawks. And my man John said Cleveland coming in hot for sure.
uh-huh. So yeah, I'm not mad at that pick at all. I mean, I got one pick as well this week. I'm still on the West. This was an easy one for me. Y'all lucky I don't got the shirt on today. My Rockets my Rockets are
Come
coming in.
on, bro.
Hold on.
Y'all
We
won like 3 games. Like
no,
y'all,
we
you was
got
just in
seven.
shambles
We
two
got
episodes
seven.
ago. Like,
We got seven straight wins. Excuse me,
all right, my
seven straight wins. You mean
fault.
we on the second largest winning streak currently in the NBA outside of the Nuggets. The Nuggets are on a 10 game. We're on a 7 game. And in them 7 games, some teams we beat. We beat the Warriors with Steph when he came back. We beat the Knicks as well. We dogged the Knicks. We dogged the Suns. And I love the way that we played in that Suns game because they got out to a great start. They was up on us 27-5 and then end up losing the game by 16. We are playing great basketball. I know John loved the vibes. Y'all love the vibes. The vibes is high right now in Houston. The rotation is super sturdy. Ime is finally trusting guys, and he's playing the bench. He's using the bench. Our bench is performing well. Kevin Durant is cutting down on his turnovers. Jabari Smith Jr. is playing his best basketball since he stepped foot in the NBA. Ahmed Thompson is playing his best brand of basketball since he stepped foot in the NBA. And Reed Shepard is balling as well and has been consistent, has been shooting the hell out the three ball. And I love everything I've been seeing from my guys. And y'all already know Shingun gonna hold it down. He's getting healthier and he's also getting back to his consistent ways. And I don't got too much to say. We can ready steamroll the Lakers.
I that's why I'm gonna give it to you
Mm-hmm.
because y'all play the Lakers.
All
So,
right.
bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. But I'm gonna give it to y'all because y'all see the Lakers in the
Old
first
news.
round. I think if y'all was seeing anybody else in the first round, that whole like KD cutting down on his turnovers, y'all gonna need him to bring the ball up again, and he gonna be right back to turning the ball over. But I think that because
I
y'all see the Lakers in
disagree.
the first round, I think that that will be great for y'all morale as a team. I think that y'all get to beat on the Lakers a little bit, and I think that even if the Lakers are able to compete on a game to game basis, I think that they'll be competing in terms of matching points. I don't think it'll be getting stops, and I think that that is y'all issue. Like I don't think y'all. I think y'all have defensive players, but I think y'all still lead offensively. I think that when y'all offensive guys can't get going, like Kevin Durant, it affects what he does defensively. I think that
Definitely.
some of those guys, like if Sengun is scoring, he's more willing to work hard, and it's not
On
that
the
he's gonna go
defensive end.
step up anything, but they're more willing to buy in on the defensive end because they're still offensive, minded players versus a men who gonna go out and guard whoever every game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give y'all that. I think, like I said, I expect y'all to take care of business with the Lakers in the first round, but I also expect the Thunder, the I also expect the Thunder, the Spurs, and the Nuggets to come out of their series right now. And the only one that I could see going left is the Timberwolves. Might beat the Nuggets, maybe, but I think Jokic, he not gonna tell nobody. But I think he taking it personal that we just looking over the fact that he's doing everything that he was doing when he was MVP better, and we still on the Shea wave. Um,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what, whether it was Minnesota or Denver, if that's the three teams that y'all get to pick from in the second round, I think y'all in for a rude awakening regardless. So, good luck to y'all. Enjoy the Lakers, but I think the second round might be where y'all where y'all destiny lies.
So honestly, I can't even sit here and disagree with you. I love what I've seen over the last 7 games, but just sitting there watching this Rockets team throughout this whole entire season, one game they look like they can compete and be an elite team, and then the next game they look like they don't know how to play basketball. Like they don't know how to throw a bounce pass. They don't know how to slide their feet. So like I don't know what to expect in the second round, but what I can say is don't don't let us get going and KD get in his groove and he bet and exact and he's averaging his 28, 29, 30 points and he's flowing and it don't matter what you're doing defensively, he's going to come out and get his on the offensive end. If he's playing like that in the postseason and we're playing around him, it's going to be scary. And two things that a lot of people is not talking about. One, we're finally playing Aaron Holiday, and I don't care if people don't think much of him, but he's working wonders for my Rockets team as finally a
And
veteran
point
point
guard.
guard. Yes, that been on the squad. I don't know why he wasn't. That's a conversation for another day. Ime, like we be butting heads. You do your job, but sometimes you piss me off. But so
My man said we be butting head.
yeah. So they got my man Aaron Holiday. He's playing, and then another thing that people are not talking about, Fred VanVleet when he tore his ACL, it was literally at the start of the summer. If we come out that first round and it just so happened to be a sweep, as we get and let's say OKC they got to see Kawhi in the first round and he take them 6-7 games, and so we get a whole extra week of rest. We might see Fred VanVleet suiting up in the second round. Obviously, he hasn't played all year, but
I would
that
love to see that. I
changes
don't care if he played or not. I would love to see that.
that changes a lot for my Houston Rockets. It really does. Fred VanVleet coming back, Kevin Durant in his groove, it changes a lot in that second round. So I don't know what the second round look like.
It should be interesting. I'm excited for playoff basketball this year for sure.
Definitely, definitely. So I just want to thank everybody that tapped in tonight, and we appreciate all of y'all. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Go check us out over on Instagram at Everything X Goes, and we will catch y'all in the next one.